Tommy, if we were practicing today on a walkthrough, he would be limited. His forearm is sore, and we'll see where we're at. We had a walkthrough right before this. It is sore, so we'll see where we're at here.
Is he thrown yet?
He threw in the walkthrough. I wouldn't say it's timing or a lot of depth to it or velocity to it, but he was throwing in the walkthrough. He's going to test it out here today in practice in another walkthrough. So I'm hopeful, but it's not 100%.
Do you have to give? Yeah, I know it's a walkthrough, but
yeah, I'm going to give Drew a few snaps here, and see. We'll go ahead and we've got a lot of time on task with the walkthroughs, the stuff that we've put in. We just had one, earlier. So, but I'm going to give Drew a few of those. But if Tommy's good, then Tommy would be the guy.
Did this happen on a hit or just like on a throw?
Yeah, no, he was sore from the game, naturally playing, but it bothered him a little bit. And right before I got out here, we were talking about it, and I was talking to the trainers about it. So just sharing it with you.
His throwing arm.
It is, yeah.
Did you in the injury report yesterday?
It didn't. Just this morning, like today, he was out there with the sleeve on. I'm like, you good? He's like, yeah, I'll be good. I'm a little sore here. So I just got it right now, Pat. It was sore today.
With the other guys that are on the injury report who were at DNP yesterday?
Yeah, Jermaine, if we were practicing, he would not practice. Aziz and Armand Watts, none of those guys would practice if we had a practice today. So,
how's Evan Neal? I know yesterday he was
projected
as a did not
be
practice.
On the injury report. It's his hip. I would say I'm optimistic that he should be ready to go. Again, it's a little bit harder, obviously, with not doing much, but I think he should be ready to go, Jordan.
Those three guys you mentioned, though, Illuminor, Aziz, and Watts, do you think they're unlikely for that?
Just let it go all the way up to the game time to see where they're at, but they would not practice today.
You were playing in this game recently, obviously.
Yeah, a bunch. I have.
I mean, the Thursday game against the Cowboys,
yeah.
Even though that game didn't go well, at
yeah.
least being through that experience, could that help your guys?
Thursday? Well, look, it's always a little bit of a different schedule on short weeks. So we'll do what we think is best. We've had a lot of walkthroughs. We've had a lot of meeting time. That's really all you can do to get yourself mentally prepared. And physically, you're not going to do a whole bunch. Just haven't played a game on Sunday.
Is Thanksgiving any different than any other Thursday game? Or?
Yeah, it's a privilege to play on Thanksgiving. You remember. I remember sitting there with my grandfather and watching the games on Thanksgiving when there's only a couple of them. I've participated in this game on Thanksgiving in my career quite a bit. It's always a privilege.
Is it a sore throwing arm or a sore other arm?
No, it's just throwing arm. Yep.
Dave, when you have a game like you had on Sunday
Yeah.
where nobody was happy, would you rather be in a situation where you get out on the practice field a couple of days and kind of work through things, or can this work to benefit, or do you really have no choice?
Yeah, well, it's a schedule, so we'll go ahead and do everything we can do to be as prepared as we can be.
You scratch your head and say, how do we go 10 games without an interception?
Yeah, I would say, look, we got to do a better job of taking the ball away, which there were some good things last week. We missed the one, obviously, right there on the goal line, and we had another one where they recovered it, the one that Mike had jumped on. So we got to continue to, do a good job of trying to take the football away from a team's offense and special teams.
What sense have you gotten about the morale in the meeting rooms?
Yeah, nobody's happy with where we're at, Steve, but look, we got positive mindset. We got to get ready. You can control the things you control, which is this week. But I've said this before, I got a good appreciation for the people in the building.
You've done this all season, and I don't think we've asked you, why do you take flat out and put a door in on those passing downs? What's the thought process there? Yeah, I think that Shane and Jerome have kind of a good system with what they use in terms of the amount of reps and certain situations that they play those guys in, and situations that they feel comfortable with. All good?
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
I have something to ask you about with Malik, and even with Deontay Banks. When he has a couple times earlier in the year where there's questions about his effort, you come out here, your approach is, I talked to him behind closed doors, there's not much to it. With Malik, same thing the other day. that can be perceived by a lot of people as, hey, you're enabling these young guys to sort of do what they want. What do you say when you hear that? Like,
yeah, I'd say we have good, open conversations about it with, whoever that may be, whether it's one of those guys, somebody else. I'm confident in those young players, and we'll keep developing them.
do you feel like they're learning from their mistakes? I mean, I don't know if you view it as a mistake, but Malik obviously came out publicly as a rookie in this league, had some pretty strong comments.
Yeah, look, I think our conversations are very productive, not just with them, with veterans and things like that, and you're always continuing to grow.
Is there a balance, continue on Jordan's
Sure.
kind of train, like having a rookie speak out and speak their mind versus like, I don't want to say put them in line per se, but just to where they, like, I guess.
Yeah, look, I think I'm very confident in the relationship I have with our guys, whether they're rookies, whether they're veterans. And we have good, productive conversations, and we look to improve, every day.
We gotta go. Be perceived, obviously, and you know how it can be perceived, and like with Deontay, it took you to, as you got further down the line before you took him out of the lineup. I know that's your approach. Why do you personally choose that approach? Like to come up here and not say, hey, that he needs to do better. We're not happy with what he did. Instead, handling it behind closed doors.
Yeah, I just think it's important to have open and honest communication with the players or the coaches. And I have a lot of faith in those guys, and teach them the things that I think that need to be taught. And I have confidence in them.